All right, you guys, so Blue Beetle is right around the corner, coming out next Friday, August 18th, and first reactions are out, so you already know what time it is, y'all. It's time to look at those first reactions on social media for Blue Beetle. Now, reviews aren't out, Rotten Tomatoes isn't out, but these are the first reactions shared on Twitter on thoughts on the movie. But guys, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and share some love. Hit that subscribe button down below. My name is Leo Rydell, and this is Geekly Goods, y'all. Let's go ahead and check out these first reactions for Blue Beetle. Let's do it. I'm so excited to hear what Blue Beetle has in store for us. We have here coming from Carlos Aguilar, Carlos_film on Twitter, impressed by the pop culture details and historical references in Blue Beetle, from Masario to Kronos and El Chapulín, Colorado. Colorado. But even more so that the infamous School of the Americas is integral to the story. This is the work of filmmakers who know and care about Latin America, and that's great to hear, guys. We want to have Latin American representation in this movie. Is supposed to really represent Latino culture very well, so glad to hear that from Carlos. Let's move on here to Humberto Gonzalez, who says, Blue Beetle is here and Latinos finally have a superhero of their own reflected on the big screen. The film is so incredibly good, so unique, and delivers on all fronts, giving the superhero genre much needed sazon. The film's Tangerine Dream inspired synthwave score also rocks. Ooh, a synthwave score? That's awesome, because y'all, I know when Black Panther came out, I know how I felt. I know I loved Black Panther, and I love being a part of it, so I am so excited to see that the Latin community gets their own superhero too. Let's move on here. We got my buddy Griffin Schiller over from Film Speak, guys. Blue Beetle is a massive win for DC and an electric introduction to the first hero of the DCU. Xolo Maridueña's charismatic star-making performance confidently anchors this intimate synthwave journey of family, heritage, and purpose, a fresh and endearing spin on the origin story. Love that. I'm so excited for this movie, man. I cannot wait. Let's move on. We've got Genesis O'Neill here, who says Blue Beetle stands out from previous DC entries, and it's mostly due to its Latin flavor. Let's be real. It's funny, emotional, and the action scenes with BB are amazing. The cast is beautiful, but Maridueña and Lopez shine. Can't wait to see more. Congrats all. Angel Manuel Soto, let's go. Guys, that's awesome to hear. Blue Beetle, sounds like things are going very well for Blue Beetle. Let's move on to POC Culture here, who says Blue Beetle is my favorite post-Nolan DC film. Wow. That's a big one right there. Post-Nolan, favorite post-Nolan. Holy freaking smokes. But it's an action-packed, highly entertaining superhero story about family, and there's nothing more important than family. The film is unique in that it lovingly and unabashedly shares the Reyes family's Mexican culture. So I love that. It looks like there's a little bit more. We've got Blue Beetle has a cool retro vibe and is chock full of fun pop culture references. Look for the Nintendo Power Glove. Awesome. I love that it's a fully standalone story, unburdened by larger universe entanglements or unnecessary cameos. It's fun. Xolo is an absolute star, but you knew this already if you watch Cobra Kai. Let's go, Xolo. We hear from my boy. In Blue Beetle, he gets the spotlight he deserves, but the entire Reyes family shines together. I love all of them. And Adriana Barraza, Belisa Escobedo, and George Lopez are especially wonderful. Guys, I can't wait. That is one big reason too why I'm also so excited for Blue Beetle. Xolo Maridueña was amazing as Miguel in Cobra Kai, one of my favorite shows of all time now, and I am so excited to see him get that spotlight, guys. Well deserved. We're moving on here to Big Screen Leaks, who says DC should have marketed Blue Beetle more. It's a fun, self-contained, emotional story about family. Xolo is perfectly cast and shines as Jaime Reyes. That's awesome to hear. George Lopez and Bruna Marquezine are also standouts. I'm so happy Blue Beetle is the first DCU character. So it just sounds like this character has charm. There's a lot of family in it. There's a lot of Latin culture. It's self-contained, a great score. Guys, this is really sounding like it could be fun. Let's move on here. We've got Get Your Geek On. Get Your Comic On, who says Blue Beetle makes a solid debut on the big screen thanks to the stellar work of Xolo Maridueña Angel Manuel Soto, and an incredibly strong cast. Bursting with heart and action from start to finish, Blue Beetle is a brave, bold new hero for a new generation to look up to. Guys, these comments are just amazing. These reactions are showing us that Blue Beetle sounds spectacular. Let's move on to our last one here. We got Brandon Davis, BD. The Blue Beetle movie is mostly a blast. Some is too silly or childish for me. A lot had me laughing loud. George Lopez, practical suit rocks. The Latino representation is awesome. Enjoyed the family-centric stakes, solid action beats. Overall, it's fun. So that one sounds a little more mixed, which I try to get a mix of some that are mixed and some that aren't. So that one sounds a little more mixed. But guys, it sounds to me like, man, Blue Beetle is really setting us up for a great start to the DCU. Now, I know the movie isn't DCU, but the character is. Weird James Gunn statement there, but I love that it sounds like it's chock full of references. It's fun. It represents the Latino culture very well and has a lot of representation for Mexican and Latino culture. It also has Xolo Maridueña in the spotlight. George Lopez is hilarious as usual. These comments get me even more hype. I've been hyped for Blue Beetle, y'all. I have loved this character ever since I was first exposed to Jaime Reyes in Young Justice, and I love the Black Beetle and Green Beetle storylines, and so I've been really into Blue Beetle, and I've read a couple of the comics. I'm gonna read some more before I go see this next Friday, because unfortunately there won't be a screening here in Denver, so I won't have an early review, but this begs the question, like, DC, where was the marketing for this one? I think they put it all into the Flash and they got scared, and unfortunately they shied away from marketing this one so heavy because they got nervous because of the Flash's bomb. So my whole thing is like, DC, chalk it up to like the Flash was very problematic. Blue Beetle should have got some solid marketing behind it, because it sounds like it could almost be DC's answer to Spider-Man. I mean, how charming it sounds, the synthwave, the references, like it sounds like this could be their new, young, spunky, fun superhero. So I don't know why the marketing is so bad for this right now, but you guys let me know down in the comments, how much are you anticipating Blue Beetle? And if you heard these tweets, did they change your mind at all? Like, were you hyped before and more hype now? Were you not hype at all, but more hype after hearing the reactions? Guys, I gotta admit, I'm more hype. I was already all the way at the top. I'm even more hype, but per usual, you know, I gotta check it out for myself, for my own opinion. But guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And hey, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below, and we'll see y'all next time on Geekly Goods. Not a fly getting, bitch. Not a fly getting in the video.